Virgo, it's me, Kat, here to do your November reading. How are you guys doing? I just wanted to let you know that this time we're going through with archetype cards to start the reading to kind of ground us for the month. There's been a lot going on, so I want to kind of get an overall feel for what the reading was. So I pulled an archetype card for each of the signs, and I'll go through that with you in a minute. For anybody who's new, welcome to the channel. Any information that you need to know about me or tarot or my personal website or readings, down below. Go check that out. For anyone who's returning, welcome back. I'm going to give you a quick shout out if you've liked, shared, or supported any of the content on this channel. I truly appreciate it. And with that, I'm going to get right into the reading, right? Save you guys some time. All right, so to start out, I pulled the prayer card for Virgo, which I thought was really interesting because the prayer is really about surrender and service. About elevating your spirit by connecting with the divine. And whatever prayer is for you, this card kind of reminds you how important it is to be humble and to get quiet and to have that interconnectedness with the divine. I mean, the practice of prayer has been with us since the dawn of time, right? As a remedy for self-centered thinking. It helps remove us from that self-centered thought that we can sometimes get in our minds, when our minds and our hearts aren't connected. And prayer helps us to reconnect the heart and the mind, right? It leads us beyond the ego. Every song, every kiss, every breath can become a prayer, right? It's a feeling, not an action. And there's a mantra called Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And that is actually one of the mantras. And I thought it was interesting when I was reading this for you guys. That's one of the mantras that I do right before I start reading cards, right? Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And basically what that means is I bow to the creative consciousness within and I bow to the teacher within. So perhaps if you're not of the mindset to believe in a specific thing, a higher power, yes, but not a very specific thing, perhaps that would work for you then, right? And that's Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. I bow to the creative consciousness within, and I bow to the teacher within. So that might be something you might want to check out. But apparently prayer is going to be important for you guys in the month of November. So let's see how the reading evolves around that archetype card for you. All right, let's get right into it, Virgo. On the split, you get Queen of Keys and Queen of Swords. Interesting, okay. And then Nine of Keys. And Queen of Elixirs, which is Queen of Cups. King of Cups, Queen of Cups. You've had the King of Cups in your reading for a long time. I wonder if your prayer is going to be to have patience with this person. I don't know. Let's see. I digress. Okay. It's not a statement. I was just curious, right? Okay, Virgo, please, Spirit. There we go. 10 of Cups, Virgo. What? Right out of the gate. Nice. 10 of Cups. All right. Let's see what your obstacles will be to get to your 10 of Cups. That's you doing well on your own, self-validating, self-fulfilled, and you meet a partner who completes your cups, right? Gets you to the 10 of Cups. That one last cup is that mirroring love. I love how it's depicted here in this card, right? You've got the one cup on the top. It's like a mirror reflection of the cups. Very nice. Okay, let's see what we've got. First card that came out was Five of Pentacles. So feeling left out in the cold is going to be your obstacle. So Tower at the base of the spread, which basically tells me for those Virgos with whom this resonates, your 10 of Cups is going to be an obstacle for you to reach if you don't get your mind out of feeling like you've been shorted. Like you're left out in the cold, like you didn't get what you deserve, that it's been unfair, that the universe isn't treating you the way you should be treated. Okay? because you had a tower moment here with someone, and that is still on your mind. It's occupying, even if it is in your conscious mind and you're trying to push it out of your head, it's still lingering around. It's still kind of underneath the surface, and that needs to be healed and dealt with because it's going to be an obstruction for you here. Okay? Let's see. Queen of Elixirs in the reverse. So I think you have decided not to give your love out on your sleeve. You've decided to kind of hold back, not show your emotions, be very discerning about who you're going to actually be vulnerable with. Six of Keys. Huh. Okay, let's get some more information here. This is moving on. This is wanting to move on and thinking you've moved on. And I almost get the feeling that even though intellectually you've moved on, because this is actually a sword, these keys, but intellectually you've moved on out of choppy waters and you've kind of put that behind you, you still feel like you were dealt a raw deal. And that whatever happened between the two of you is still upmost on your mind. Or comes up, keeps popping up, rearing its ugly head. Yeah, Nine of Keys, Nine of Swords. Huh. And Seven of Cups here. So I think my advice to you here so far would be that, you know, this thinking about the past and feeling like this was unfair and what happened and what went down and what transpired, or having that come up for you and not having healed from it directly, is going to interfere with your happiness. Even though intellectually you've moved on, there's still some subconscious stuff here that's going on and keeps rearing its ugly head and keeping you stuck. You've got Seven of Swords here, or Seven of Cups here at the base of the spread, which is, I'm not sure what I want now. Do I want to be in a relationship? Do I not want to be in a relationship? Do I want to just be by myself? It's simpler, right? Like that kind of mentality. And what do I want in someone else? I thought I knew what I wanted until all this happened. And now I'm not so sure that that person's my type anymore. I'm not so sure that that's what I want to go after. What is it that I'm looking for in a relationship, in a partnership? What am I looking for myself to make myself happy and fulfilled? All of that stuff is coming up, right? That's kind of what's being mulled over. And I think maybe that's why this feeling left out in the cold and this tower moment that happened and having to move on from that, maybe that's where the Seven of Cups is coming from, because you're like, you know, I always thought I knew what I wanted. And after this whole situation, I'm not sure that that's the same anymore. I think it's changed for me now, right? Yeah, see, this is justice in reverse, guys. You got deceived. It wasn't fair. It wasn't weighted in your favor. Yep. This is like the universe has dealt me a tough hand here. I don't know why this happened to me kind of attitude, right? We're not looking at this like a lesson. We're looking at this as like it happened to me. Okay, we've got Six of Pentacles in reverse here. So this is a feeling that you haven't been reciprocated what you've put out, right? And Justice and the Six of Pentacles are very, very similar. That you're concerned that you'll still be in this position where everyone's always take, and you're always give, and it doesn't come back to you in the same way. And that's why, you know, you're just like, I can't get to that 10 of Cups because, you know, I don't really, maybe you don't want to date. Maybe you don't want to deal with anybody. Maybe right now you're just kind of sequestered. You're like, I'm just taking a break from relationships or something. But definitely there's been a problem with reciprocity and fairness in relationships, and it's making you question what you even want now. The Moon, you don't know. You're stuck in this unknowing situation. Your intuition is telling you that something is coming, but I think you don't know what that is. And maybe this prayer card is coming up because You need to go within and ask yourself and ask your higher power, whoever, whatever that is, how you get out of this feeling of being left out in the cold. Ask for help with that. Ask your guides for help with that. Okay. 3 candles. So I think you're kind of sitting around waiting for your ship to come in. Like, if it's fated, it will happen. Until then, I'm not really going to go out and pursue anything. And the problem with that is, if you don't know what you want, you have all these options, you don't know what you want, the universe doesn't know what to give you. So there won't be any ships coming in because we haven't defined what the ships are. Make sense? So I think you have to really spend some time on thinking about what it is that you want, the positive of what you want, What kind of energy is going to be mirrored back to you? If you're a mirror and they're a mirror, what are you putting out there? Because whatever you are, you'll get back. So think about this. If you want someone who is loving and attentive and kind and whatever your parameters are, doesn't even matter, but whatever they are for you, then you have to vibe at that frequency and put that out there in the universe as well. That's how it all works, right? So, if you feel that you've been treated unfairly and no one ever reciprocates, and you were left out in the cold here in this situation, and even though, you had to take all your baggage and move on, and you're still unfair, unreciprocated, right? You know what the universe is going to do? Oh, okay. I'll send you someone who is non-reciprocal, who is going to leave you out in the cold, and who is going to be unfair. That's how it works. So, got to get out of this mindset to get to this 10 of Cups, because it's a possibility now. It's a possibility now for you. This 10 of Cups is right here. This is you. It's Aquarian cards. You're saying this 10 of Cups is possible. You just got to get over this feeling like, the universe, spirit, God, whatever, let you down, left you out in the cold. Okay? Because everything in life is supposed to be a lesson. And if it isn't a lesson, it's a lesson, right? Good, bad, or indifferent. And if we take the lesson and we see the lesson and we read the signs and we listen to our intuition, we move on. It's when we force our will onto something because we want it to be something that it isn't, that we get stuck. And then we think, we've been treated so unfairly, right? Okay. And sometimes, trust me, I know there are other mitigating circumstances, like, children or whatever, that put you in a position where you don't feel you can move. And I totally get that, believe me. Hierophant, justice, unfairness. Yeah. Right here it is. Here it is. Higher power, been unfair, right? Universe, been unfair. Yep. Just reiterated exactly what I said. So, that's why prayer came up for you guys. You gotta spend some time connecting here. King of Swords, yeah. Watch your tongue here. Watch what you say here. But I will tell you that you're in a much better place now to get that 10 of Cups. You're at 9 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups wouldn't have shown up if you weren't, right? You're able to self-validate. You're able to see what the issues were. I think you're working through all of that stuff. And you're in a much better place emotionally than you were previously. But, yeah. You still have the 4 of Wands. See, yeah. Stuck with these burdens and being defensive and protecting yourself and being too guarded. So this 4 of Wands, this twin flame, this potential marriage card, all of that is in reverse right now. Because it's like, I'm okay by myself. I'll just be by myself. Yeah. Anything else we should know, Spirit? Anything else we should know? Let's see. I think we've answered everything here. Wheel of Fortune's in reverse until you do it. Yeah. Yep. You're not going to move forward into this 10 of Cups until you let this go. This idea that it was unfair. It's a hard one to get your arms around, I know. All right. let me get some stuff for you. What am I going to get for you here? I think I've been pulling wisdom. Well, no, you know what? I've been pulling wisdom of the oracle, but I almost feel like you guys need this. So, okay. Let's see. Let's see what we got, Virgo. Let's see. Okay, Spirit, advice for Virgo, please. Advice for Virgo. Advice for Virgo, please. Advice for Virgo. Beauty way. Yeah. So 4s are about physicality. Okay. And this is the number 4. You see the dragonfly here and the lotus. Essentially what this, and I think you guys have gotten this before, but essentially what this represents is being like the dragonfly, skimming the surface of the water. The water represents your emotions, but not drowning in them. The lotus blooms up out of the muck onto the surface of the water, right? Comes from a very difficult, dark place, but comes to the surface to bloom. So part of what I think you need to do here in this sense is appreciate all the beauty that's around you. Appreciate that the dark places that you've been at were to not cultivate, but to bring about this beautiful bloom in you that's about to rise to the surface. You are like the lotus rising up out of the muck to open on the surface of the water as a beautiful, beautiful bloom. And the dragonfly is very much about like darting around, having this mental energy where you dart around, you know, but you recognize the emotions. You just don't sit there and drown in them. If that makes sense. You check them out, but you see the rationality but behind them. There's a lot of beauty in the world, and perhaps, you know, taking a walk in nature may help you with this, appreciating the beauty that's all around you and seeing the creation story in that. And I don't mean the biblical creation story. If that works for you, fine. If it doesn't work for you, I mean, you know, that something greater than ourselves has created all this beauty in the world. And there are greater forces at play here. And I think that's why you got the prayer here, because it's time for you to connect with that force to help you through this, get you to this 10 of Cups, which is where you're supposed to be. Okay? I'm going to pull a numerology card for you guys. Let's see what Spirit has for that. Music. Yeah, I think you need to like get out in nature, appreciate the beauty in nature, look at art, look at music, start understanding that creativity and beauty are one and one, go together. Listen to some amazing music, right? And I don't mean like your top 5 favorites. I mean like, personally, I listen to classical music a lot when I write and when I paint because I find that it transports me to some other place. So any music that works for you, that transports you to another place, it's positive. 3 stands for creativity and 2 is about partnership. So I think for you to get to the partnership that you want, that 10 of Cups from where you stand now at the 9 of Cups, that creativity is going to be important. Whether that's music or art or photographs or whatever it is that you do. Maybe it's baking, you know, maybe it's just something that brings you joy and lights you up. And that's what you need to focus on now. Those things. Individuality. Yeah, there's something about you that is needed out there in the world. And this is about a new journey, right? One is about a new journey. A new journey is coming your way. So appreciate the fact that, and this is hard to say, and so, don't shoot the messenger, but we're put on these new paths and these new journeys, even though they seem horribly unfair at the time, and going through them is miserable, and we have lessons to learn and all of that, because we are destined for something greater. We are destined for something better. We are destined for happiness and joy and fulfillment in life. And if we're not getting it, and we can't get there ourselves, sometimes the universe steps in and says, okay, we're going to give you a tower moment because we want you to evolve to the next step. You're meant for better things than this. You know what I mean? Okay. So that's what I have for you right now, Virgo. I hope that resonated. If it did, please give me a like on the way out and subscribe if you want to hear more in the middle of the month. Remember, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Connect with your higher power and start really looking for the beauty in things in life, right? Physicality. We're forced for physicality. Recognize the physical beauty in the world. Okay, I think that will help you. All right, guys, love you. Take care. I hope that this was useful to you, and I will talk to you later in the month. Bye now.